Trump won't even say now that the wall is part of Israel. He'll say it's in Jerusalem, but he won't say the wall is in Israel. He was the guy who said, I'm going to move the capital or move our embassy to the capital of Israel, which is Jerusalem. He's going to be there when the Obama signature expires, stopping that transfer. He's going to have to renew that, or he'll be the one who will be there and saying, by the way, the moving trucks are coming tomorrow, we're moving. But yesterday, he wouldn't even say, his administration, that the wall was in Israel.
There's two things going on. In the administration, there's a real push from Trump's side to say, declare it. Both the Secretary of Defense and all the intelligence guys said, don't do it. This is disastrous. If you do anything about acknowledging that, you're going to create fire. And so there's a real conflict going within the White House because he wants to say, we're not doing Tel Aviv, we're doing Jerusalem. And the military guys are saying, absolutely do not say that. So it's really two sides, and it looks like
Military,
right now.
our military, their military?
No, our military. Our military guys are saying, and the generals are saying, do not do that. That will light up, you're throwing a match on the gasoline.
You agree with that, Jason?
It'll be difficult.
Yeah, no, it'll be ugly.
And it's not only the military. There was another story that came out. I think it was in the Jerusalem Post. I think it was yesterday. That you know how Trump's going to go to Israel. I think the next week or so, and he has his advance team there. And there was career State Department officials that have been in Jerusalem for like the past decade or so through multiple different administrations, and they got into a screaming match basically with the Israelis and said, "Why are you so into this? The Western Wall is not even in Israel," and they were like, just very, very insulting. But there's a whole, this goes way deep into our State Department.
Oh, yeah.
Way deep into all areas of the government.
What's your guess, David, of what he does?
My guess is he probably won't announce, but I won't be surprised if he does. The State Department is more adamant on it than military guys are.
I will tell you, I mean, if he wants to make big points,
He'll do it.
He'll do it. I mean, especially if he's just damaged them. If that is true, that they were the ones and he just released this, if he has any sense of responsibility, I mean, I don't know if he does, but if he has any sense of responsibility on that, I could see him at night tossing and turning going, I got to throw them a bone. They just
talking to the guys in Israel, they said, all it really takes is if he announces it, you still leave everybody in Tel Aviv, you just have a mailing address in Jerusalem because you don't have to move anything there. You just say this is but you still operate out of Tel Aviv. So it is a symbolic thing, and Israel has made, the guys I'm talking to in Israel say, that's a real easy way to do it. But it's still the gesture that happens. State Department hates it. Military guys are saying it will create violence across the region if you do it.
Do we know if Jared Kushner is one of the ones pushing?
For or against?
For or against?
Don't know.
No.
All right, let me go back to the president. Does this look like, if these memos exist, does this look like to you guys obstruction of justice or something that spirals now?
If it's in that context is so key in everything right here. But they really could have just been talking about Michael Flynn talking on the phone, and Trump could have just been saying, hey, I hope you can move past this because I don't disagree with what he said over the phone. That's a completely different context.
Yeah.
Now, if it's in the context of him saying, do not investigate Michael Flynn, shut it down now.
Well, no. I doubt he'd ever say that. I do believe that Donald Trump is the kind of guy that says, look, man, he's a nice guy. He made mistakes. He's now getting he's resigning. I hope you guys can move past this. I can see him saying that, and I can see him saying, I need to know your loyalty is with me.
But then, does that make us hypocrites, though? Because I'm already thinking about liberals right now, or leftists saying, oh, you guys weren't so adamant about giving options when it came to like Hillary Clinton and her when it came to the election. So
again, I say context.
Yeah, I don't mind holding his feet to the fire about it at all, but I don't really think it will go anywhere because it will be this battle of, parsing words, almost back to the old Bill Clinton thing, I mean, we don't, unless there's an actual recording of his specific words, it's just his word versus Comey's.
The other thing we got is we're getting portions of memos, not full memos, And I have a inherent bias based on media polling, but Rothman Lichter, others say 68% of the media says they want to evangelize you to their view. So they've got an agenda. They're not doing the Bernstein reporting thing of I want the evidence. And so we're seeing clips of stuff, and so I'm really cynical on the whole thing. We've already seen in the last 24 hours a lot of facts have changed from the initial release we had yesterday. You know, they've already changed some of the data points. So I think it's going to take some days.
Worse, though. Wouldn't you say worse, David? Those data points have changed.
I think they're incomplete because some of the data points.
No, if I'm to buy them, the data points have changed less in the favor of the president.
Less than fair, but it's also like the Israel thing. We don't know whether Israel's really there or not. We don't know if that's it.
One last thing.
There's too much unknown information.
One last thing. How could Putin produce a transcript?
Yeah.
I don't know how you prove something that
An audio device or a stenographer. Take your pick.
Yeah,
I think he had a stenographer.
If you're providing a transcript, you can say our recollection, we can do our notes. He said transcript. If that's a transcript, what does he know that we don't know? What does he have that we don't have?
Well, his media was there. So maybe it's possible he does have something that none of our media has.
Well, a Russian transcript can be a Russian screenwriter, you know, in a room.
Absolutely.
Whatever he wants to
I'm saying
call it.
short of video or recording, you can't prove what did or didn't happen.